Give me a second. Give me a second.
No,
Give me a second.
I'm not allowed. I see.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just the law, dude. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 2 of That's the Name podcast, titled "That's the Nam."
Its name is actually pronounced. You actually wrote "that's" right this time.
Yes, I did. It's crazy. Oh, jeez. Had a tiny bit of minor technical difficulties, as you do. Wearing my Jurassic Park t-shirt because why not? And here we are, episode 2. I didn't think we'd get this far.
I'm so sad because the Satch Boys hoodies has just been delayed till January, and this is very sad.
I feel like at some point we're going to need to do our own hoodies, and it's just going to be like all of the different names of this podcast listed down, and then just our faces there, like, bruh.
I feel like it looks fucking awful though.
It would look horrible, but that sounds great. Oh, jeez.
My cam is crooked. Cool.
It's fine. It's fine. Your beautiful face is there. That's all we need. All right, so the plan for today is we have some Nam-related stories to go through. Skits. That's the word. Yes. And then, but I think first, did we have anything else we had planned? We had a couple of different things.
Yeah, let's just you know, I just was thinking about something while writing that sketch, and I completely forgot what it was. But
that's the way the news goes, dude. The way the news goes.
You know, there's something I need to get off my chest, Rage. Yeah. And I don't know if you know this show, and if you don't, it's gonna be a little bit sad. Do you know that show that was? I think it was British, but it was called None of the Above.
I don't think I've really watched it, no, but I've heard of it.
Fuck, man. Well, this is very sad.
Uh-oh.
It's okay, though. Oh, so the whole show was basically like this. I'm sure you've seen this guy before. He was like from this like car mechanic show as well. Yeah. And he basically did like these science experiments, and then he said like, yo, you're gonna have to choose what will happen. Will this bottle explode? Will it fist me? Or will it be orange? And then the last option is always none of the above.
Yes.
Was it always none of the above? Yes. But this didn't matter to him. He just wanted to show his cool science tricks.
Classic. The cool science tricks, dude.
I just wanted to... Dude, that show was so dumb. I just needed to to get this off my chest, man.
Dude, I just remember that there was like this other random show that I used to watch where it was like they would do things about... I've completely forgotten what it was, but it was like they would do things about like animals, related to animals, and I don't know why, but they'd like basically copy the animal and be like, which of these animals would win? And then they'd have like mechanical versions of it. And I remember very specifically there was an episode where it was like, if all of these creatures were the same size, which animal's poop would go the furthest? And it was like a caterpillar, a hippo, and then like something else. And I remember dumb fuck little 4-year-old me was like, oh, it's definitely the hippo. It has the biggest shit. I don't understand. And then little dumb fuck me got absolutely destroyed by the caterpillar, who just absolutely machine gun shat across the room. And it ended up on the other side of the room. And like, bear in mind that these are big mechanical versions of this. So there's just a giant metal fucking caterpillar.
Recreate their shits with metal.
Yes. They're just fucking yeeting shit across the room. Amazing. Just like, that's my childhood, dude. Oh, baby. Okay. So yes, getting on to the already sidetracked. Not even like 2 minutes into the podcast, as you do.
That's life. Did you prepare any topics, or
did I prepare any topics? I had a couple of topics based on some of the stuff we like that had been coming around today. So the first kind of vague thing is, as you know, I am the stupid, and I have created several D&D campaigns, as you do, and I've been creating one again recently. And one of the things that I kind of began to notice as I was creating, this D&D campaign again, as you do, the classic,
yes,
is
your 18th.
My 18th. It's more than that. It's definitely more than that. Dude, it is hard. Backstories are hard, man. Coming up with some dumb shit that your character did before the campaign, that shit's rough. Especially when you've never done anything D&D related. Like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like one of the players, this campaign is with relatively new players, and one of the players basically had like this whole idea where he was like, okay, there's gonna be like spirits, and then my mum's gonna die of like smallpox and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. And then he put a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, you know what, for his first time creating a campaign, this is amazing. Like for his first time, creating a backstory, this is amazing. This is actually really good. But as I was looking at it, I was kind of just a bit like, none of this makes sense for a D&D world, and he doesn't know this yet, but because there's magic in the world, it doesn't work. Like, there's a spell that literally stops diseases existing, dude. Like, you can't die of smallpox, man.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when, like, some of the... I know what you mean. Like, some of the world settings don't fit with what you want to do sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. And, on top of that, there was, like, one of my other friends at one point was creating a campaign, and I just had, like, a thought where I was like, this is a really dark campaign. And then one of my friends was like, but I had a character in mind that's completely, like, jovial and fun. And you're like, this doesn't really... That's unfortunate, man. Not how that works. It'd be like that sometimes, dude. It'd be like that.
Dude, we should post, like, highlights of this podcast on Twitter, man.
Yeah, dude. Definitely.
For the clout.
For the clout, dude. For that clout. Speaking of...
Clout.
Highlights and clout, one of the other things that I had in mind to talk about is Twitch and DMCAs, which is interesting.
This is everybody's favorite topic.
It's everybody's favorite topic, and now that we've mentioned it on the podcast, I know Twitch is going to destroy this VOD. But it's one of those things where it's just a bit it's awkward, man.
You just see like you're watching my cam and you just see John Twitch entering.
It's just door. Like, what did you say about me, you little shit? I'm gonna destroy you. It's just, oh my god.
My stream murders. No, he doesn't even end it. He just murders me else.
She just died. It's just like the oh no, and then you just die in the background. It's classic TikToks. So, yeah, dude, like, I haven't been affected by the DMCAs because I'm too small of a streamer. So that's nice, I guess. But
like,
it's rough, dude.
It's kind of a weird thing to think about because, like, I understand, like, sometimes when they... I think I talked about this with you, but like I understand like when you would look at like radio stations that they have to pay like a pretty hefty fee usually to broadcast them, and I guess that's what they feel like is similar to streaming.
Yeah, it's very odd because it's like as a streamer, you want like music in the background usually at the very least, just because it chills you out. Like, it's kind of stupid, but like streaming can be very stressful. Like the best example is when you're playing a game and you're getting shit on and your chat is like, hey, KW, you got destroyed. And you're just sitting there like, I'm molding out of my fucking mind and I need to chill out or I'm just gonna int. This game is just over. And you just want to chill to some music and you don't want to stress about being DMCA'd about it as well. It's kind of rough. But at the same time, like, I get why the DMCA laws are a thing, right? Like, because if I was creating music and stuff, if I was creating music and stuff, right? Unfortunate. If I was creating music, I wouldn't necessarily want, somebody just taking my music and playing it randomly all the time, right? Like, kind of I want the money for it, right? It kind of it's meant to protect the creators of music, right? Just
Yeah, like I understand why. It's just kind of shitty because like I think the biggest problem with it is kind of like it's very hard for them to even get like a license or like know where to get like a license
yeah,
to
for sure.
stream that shit, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, it's kind of it's a bit weird because you usually have to like get licenses from like these publishing companies, and it's like not very easily accessible for you. It's not like you can just. It's not like having a Spotify subscription to something.
Yeah, no, it's really not the same.
It's like a couple $100 per year or something.
Yeah, which is quite a hefty amount for most streamers, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. And yeah, like I said, it's not very clear where you have to get these.
Yeah.
Like most of these claims are just coming from like Mr. in suit, right? That just works for that company rather than the artist itself probably doesn't really care about it. But
of course. And it's obviously extremely funny when in certain situations streamers like there have been people who it's their own music that they're playing, or it's like covers of that they've made of music, or it's just them humming stuff, and because of that they get banned or they get like DMCA'd and shit like that, which is very absurd.
It also doesn't like them just like striking people doesn't actually make them more money. No. Like they have to. The only way they get money is if they like convince these people to buy their license rather than just stream it. And I'm pretty sure that ratio is very low.
Definitely very low. Yeah.
Like I said, people don't know how to get these licenses for streaming, and they probably don't even have like a separate license for streaming their music like that. Yes. So they're very like the boomers are really not sure what they're doing, and they're just randomly DMCAing people.
Yeah, it's like the main issues I mostly have with this is the fact that like with Twitch, people are actually getting banned, which is a bit random. Like I feel like with YouTube, it's like a couple DSVAs, like the video gets taken down or you get a strike, right? And that's the most, like that's the worst you get. And if you get a couple of strikes in a row, then you get banned. But it takes a while, and you can still appeal it, right? With Twitch, it's just like, haha, herder, you're banned for a week. Good luck. Which is a bit annoying, to be honest. And it would like be one of those things where if that was to happen to me, please don't do this, Twitch, I'm sorry. It would be a little bit difficult to deal. Like, it just would be annoying. Like, it'd make you want to go to other streaming services, which is a shame that Mixer doesn't exist anymore. No, it's a joke. I'm sorry, Twitch. I'm sorry.
Dude, I got John Mixer gonna come through your door.
Mixer, no, dude. Microsoft hashtag John Mixer, dude.
Yes.
Jeez.
Also named John, dude.
John, dude.
John Mixer. John Twitch. John Twitch, YouTube.
John YouTube, dude. John Chicken, eh?
John Apple.
John Apple, dude. Dude, there was there's like more to this as well that I find really interesting, like because obviously they've also been DMCAing for like video, like the game music, which is kind of very, very painful to deal with as a streamer, because that means you just have to mute all of your game audio, which is like, I don't know about you, but that's like half of the like that's like a third of your stream, right?
Yeah.
There's the game audio.
So like I'm pretty sure it has to do with like the way they license the game, like because they're sort of like leasing the songs rather than having like property of the songs. Like,
yeah, of course.
I mean, I guess like a good example would be like remember that like Borderlands song for Borderlands 2, the intro song. I forgot what it's called.
Short Change Hero or No Rest for the Wicked. Short Change Hero was
No Rest for the Wicked. That one.
Yeah, that one.
But like they didn't make that song for that game.
No, they didn't.
Right, so they just like leased it so they could use it.
Yeah.
And, like the weird thing is then they don't like the streamers. They don't actually have like they don't ever have like like an actual permission thing to stream a game, so they don't actually have permission to stream that song.
Yeah,
Kind of weird.
which is very weird.
Because most of the like streaming games is kind of weird because they just kind of they technically could stop you, but they don't. But like it's kind of weird because like all of the property of their game, they just kind of allow you to use it. But that song is like obviously not property of them. So and it kind of just has to do with like the deals they made to get that song just don't consider streaming.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just outdated a lot.
It really is. Like, I'm pretty sure the copyright law for music was like 1980s, 1990s, which is like, bro, I'm younger than that.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of outdated, man.
Dude, did you know that the Happy Birthday song only became public domain like 4 years ago?
Jesus, what? Really?
Yes.
So every time we've been singing it, we should have got DMCA, dude. No.
IRL.
Dude, John, happy birthday coming through that door. I'm gonna get you.
John, happy birthday song.
John, happy birthday.
You've been singing.
I heard you've been singing this song, friend. You gotta pay up or I'm gonna start breaking some knees.
I'm gonna make this the last birthday you'll have.
Oh, that's kind of funny. Speaking about this, fun fact, it's my birthday in about a week. But let's not talk about that because there's more to this whole DMCA business. With the good side of the DMCA stuff, where some games have actually been releasing stuff that is DMCA free / like copyright free, but not really, but kind of is. Like, there are a couple indie games, I can't remember exactly who, but they just released their music on YouTube. And like it was just like, you can just play this in the background of your stream and that's fine, kind of thing. And then WoW released like the WoW Shadowlands lo-fi stuff. All of that stuff should be DMCA free, from what I've been told. If you get DMCA, that's unfortunate.
Like it really hurts games as well. I remember like
oh shit, Coggy TV with the subscription. Thank you.
I remember from like studying at the game design thing, it's like pretty much all like modern games kind of have to make like some deals with streamers or like YouTubers to get content for the game, which is like basically their promotion, right? And if their streamers the streamers they pay to play the game get striked, they can't play the game anymore, and it's kind of it's very shit for especially for these small companies when they can't necessarily afford having actual music producers for their own company.
Yeah.
It can be really difficult. So yeah, it hurts games as well.
It really does. One of the things that really personally is kind of painful is when, so for example, I really love Endless Space and Endless Legend mostly because of their music. Yeah. Both of those games have amazing music. If you haven't listened to it, you definitely check it out. That shit is great. Mostly just, but
it was some French guy that made all.
Yeah. It was like Fly By No or something. Great. But one of the things that I found really awkward was I realized that like when I play D&D, that's some of the music I tend to listen to a lot because it's kind of like very specifically, like kind of medievalist-ish fantasy music for Endless Legend specifically, but it's got really good like random themes to it that make it very different. And like that and like Skyrim music and other stuff where I know I just like if I was to stream D&D and play that music in the background, eventually my shit would get taken down, right? Because all of that stuff is just copyrighted. I'd like it's too big of a company where they'd just be like, no, we're going to DMCA the living shit out of you. And for me, when I do D&D, those are the stuff that are like the tone setters for me, where if I play this piece of music, I can get into the feel of it a little bit better, get into, get the players into it a bit more, but then not having it is kind of awkward now.
Yeah, I remember when I did like the VTM thing.
Yeah.
Because I prepared that session for pretty long, and at the start of it, Roll20 had this service where you could play like specific songs that were in their library. And then when I think it was like a week before we had the session, they removed that service, and all the songs were gone that I prepared, and it was very sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to deal with. It's also just very. I feel like it's also just very unclear for like people that want to listen to certain artists, like whether they have DMCA shit or not.
Yeah, it is extremely unclear. It's one of those things where we both watch a Dota streamer called Monkeys Forever. Great guy, great streamer, and he listens to Oh Wonder a lot, and I love their music as well. And I legitimately sat there and spent like 30 minutes trying to find out whether they like have our copyright free music or you'd get DMCA'd for it, and I just couldn't find anything at all online. And the best bet I have is he hasn't been DMCA'd, so maybe I could listen to it, and I probably wouldn't either, kind of thing.
Yeah, especially because he's he's got like average like a 1K viewers.
Yeah, he has a lot of viewers. Yeah.
It's just very unclear.
It is extremely unclear,
especially when it comes to like those artists that are like sort of big, like, but not. They're like not like, I don't know, like Ed Sheeran type popular. So you know they won't have like a huge record label, but they still have one, and like you don't know how that record label acts when it comes to that. And it's just very weird that you have to like do research into record labels to figure out what like they are, like what do they feel like.
It's genuinely one of those things where when you start trying to stream or you start going into all of that whole world of going, you know what, I'm going to invest some time and effort into, you know, playing games for people to watch. You don't ever think, like, in a million years, you know what, I should probably do some research on music.
Probably look at Universal Music Operations Limited.
Cool. That's cool. That's exactly what I think. That's exactly what I want to spend my time on. Not doing the thing that I find enjoyable, aka playing the game and listening to music while I do it. It's just
there's like some musicians that kind of tell people on Twitter they're allowed to use it.
Yeah.
But like it's still kind of weird, right? Because there's also a chance that their company still strikes you.
Yeah.
You don't have a guarantee that that specific artist is gonna make them stop. Because it's a lot of weird shit. Like I think I told you about it earlier. Like Jay, who's a pretty big streamer now. He's from like Day 6, and he makes his own personal music as well.
Yeah.
And like the other people that like stream with him, they only ever listen to his personal music, because if they listen to his band's music, they just get DMCA striked. It's kind of weird.
It's very weird.
Because like he doesn't have control over that shit.
Yeah. Like I think I already mentioned this, but like the lead guitarist of like Dragon Force or something got banned very briefly because he played his own band's music on his stream. Like that's just hilarious. That's just very absurd.
It's kind of because like all this shit is fucking automated, and it doesn't really do a good job at it.
Well, speaking of music, Mr. Vince, I've heard that you have been doing some music creation. By that I mean, I know like I sit here and you like try and create music while I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, that sounds okay, guys. I think maybe, I don't know. But one of the things
I hate that, because like I always like make something and I'm not sure if it sounds good. And I'm like, yo, Rach, does it sound good? And I'm like,
It's just like, I think maybe, I guess.
Like that sounds kind of bad. Is that bad? Or
well, I don't know. The music is on. But it's like one of those things where during this whole lockdown business, I started relearning guitar and trying to practice and play and stuff. And dude, I don't know about you, but like I feel like trying to learn something like that, or trying to like create your own thing like that, you get like 30 minutes into something, and I find it very easy to just stick to that one thing. and practice that one thing. I just listened to something else and I'm like, oh, I want to learn that instead. And then 2 days later, I've forgotten the first thing already. It's very awkward, man.
All right, Rich.
Yes.
Do you think it's time for the sketch?
Oh boy, I think it's time for the sketch then. Ah, jeez.
And then afterwards, we'll try and come up with
some other sketch ideas.
our next challenge.
Yes. The next challenge-y. I feel like I probably should have come up with some ideas for challenges before we started this.
Should have made like a wheel or something.
Oh god, yeah, like a wheel. Yeah. The wheel of, that's the name. Oh
yeah.
god. Yes.
Can I?
So,
yeah.
Are we doing your one first or mine?
Let's just do yours first, I guess.
Jeez, okay. Okay.
So,
yes.
Is there anything I need to know?
The only thing you need to know is that you're Johnson, person in white. The name is white one, and you can do whatever voice you want, and feel free to add any improvisation stuff on top of it. I guess if you really want to, you can do that. That's fine. But so yeah, let's start this. Okay, so the setting is the president is on the shooting range. And you can hear gunshots in the background. President preparing his gun.
Johnson, where are you?
Yes, sir.
Didn't Jeffrey tell you what I wanted? Vietnamese now, and make sure they get more limes on it. Also Minesweeper.
Wait, sir, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. More limes on the Vietnamese, and Minesweeper on top, and Cajun orange.
Later.
Johnson, where's my Vietnamese?
Wait, what? Sir, I ordered the troops to do war crimes, make it like Minesweeper, and to deploy Agent Orange like you asked.
So you didn't get my food?
What food?
The Vietnamese, Johnson,
Sir, we're at war in Vietnam now. This is not the time to eat Vietnamese food. The troops will talk.
What? Why? Why would you... What?
That is what you ordered, sir.
No, boy, I ordered a Vietnamese and then the food with more limes and Cajun orange and Minesweeper so I could play while I ate.
Well, sir, you could have been more clear.
At least tell me they have oil.
No, sir, but they may be communists.
Johnson, you goddamn son of a bitch! Send everything you have at them now!
And that was my... So that was mine.
You mean limes just like... What do the limes mean, dude?
What do the limes mean? So basically, more limes was meant to rhyme with war crimes. So you thought I said war crimes. Cajun orange is Agent Orange.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah. And Minesweeper is just Minesweeper. you know. Yeah. That took me about an hour and a half.
That's terrible.
That was terrible, but that's what I was going for. I was going for terrible.
Oh god.
Oh dear. Okay. Are we gonna do yours now?
Yes. I shall do the narrations.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, just to be clear, you have not read this before, right?
I have not read this before.
All right. The setting is Vietnam in 1962.
Okay.
It's a quiet summer day for the American soldiers. Agent D and Private Timmy are on guard duty inside a bunker in the rainforest.
Hey, sir, how long are we gonna have to stay here?
Listen here, bucko. Them Asian boys could come knocking on any second now. I'm about to be made into some snake soup.
But sir, wouldn't it technically be snake soup if we were...
Did I ask you a question, boy?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to know if I could maybe use the bathroom, Sue.
Boy, I'm about to tap you like your mama if you don't shut up.
Ah, God, I really need to go, sir, please.
If you need to go, you're gonna have to shit in the corner, boy.
But you're right there, and it's gonna smell, sir.
Look, boy, we're all men here. Ain't no shaving popping a biscuit once in a while. Agent D walks over to the corner and begins to unzip his pants.
Oh, wait, sir.
Look, Timmy, the thing that connects us men is our massive schmeat. So, Agent D drops his boxers, but then Shrek enters the room. The room starts playing.
Donkey!
I'm sorry, what was that? No problem. What? I was there as Shrek. He just screamed, Donkey.
This is what Agent D stands for, dude. It's Agent Donkey.
Donkey. What the fuck? Oh my god. Jeez. I also love that we just did the same voice for Agent D and the president.
And the what?
And the president. Agent D and the president just had the same voice. I don't know, man. I don't know. That was something else, dude. Holy moly. Jeez.
Oh god, dude.
Jesus.
Who do you think won this rage?
I don't know.
Oh,
All right, chat. Who do you think won? Me or Vince? Whose was better? Who had a better skit, dude? Nobody's gonna respond. I can feel it now.
I know Yannick is watching.
Oh boy, a whole Yannick is watching, dude.
The whole Yannick is watching, and I
jeez.
think he is the deciding factor.
He is the deciding factor.
Or he's deaf.
He's definitely AFK.
Oh, looks like we got a massive win here.
Gotta go with the. Oh, I see how it is, dude. I see how it is. Oh, Vince.
The only thing I had when I was like, because I made this in like half an hour.
Yeah.
The only thing I had was Shrek enters the room and screams donkey.
It's just so absurdist. I can't, man. I can't.
Something
Like
saying Shrek enters the room is just so intimidating.
It's really so intimidating, man. Okay, so for the next podcast, one of the ideas that I was sent to by your boy Taking the Biscuit, sent by something, was Das der Namen Podcast, where instead for next week we make it German related vaguely somehow. So that's an option. We could do that for one of the weeks. That's something.
German.
German. We'll never forgive the Germans.
One anime team, and Yannick will create the title.
Yannick will create
Weebas anime way.
Weebas anime way, dude. Good lord. That. Oh no, I'm gonna have to buy like the headphones with the cat ears.
I'm gonna have to dye your hair, Rach. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to dye my hair bright pink and go Onicha. I've lost so many viewers for that just now. I can feel it. But yeah, like, okay. So you got any other ideas for next week?
Cut that clip out and make a song out of your own.
Oh my god, why? The worst part is that I know that that's gonna happen now. No, dude. But yeah, we got any ideas for challenges for next week?
So these are like some potential ideas I have.
Okay.
For each other.
Yeah,
so, oh my. So, what we could do is challenge each other to make some like certain food, right?
Okay.
So it can be food.
Yes.
And like for you, it can be asking me to make a fucking song, so I actually finish songs.
Sure.
Something. Keep in mind, I will not sing. That is the thing.
Don't worry, I can sing for you. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Jeez. Oh god, what have I done? How about that? You know what? In this next week, we create a song, and it is our challenge together to create a song. But we're doing it together. How about that? I really hate this idea. What have I done?
Yeah, sure.
Have
I
I done this to myself? Do you regret it?
want to have you make nachos.
Nachos. Sure. You know what? I will assist you in making a song, and you can make me make nachos.
Yes,
I
and
will make nachos.
you will. I will send you the recipe I want you to make.
Oh, good lord. Okay. Sure. We can do that. I'll make it next Saturday because that's when I'm next cooking. So it will be like fresh.
You can either like I don't know, like record it or just show pictures of.
I'll show pictures and I'll record like a very brief segment in the middle. Maybe we'll see.
Dude, it's gonna be something, I guess.
That's the Nachos podcast.
What kind of genre you want to make the song?
Bro, it's got to be heavy metal, right?
I mean, dude, you have a fucking acoustic guitar. I don't think.
I'm gonna make heavy metal with an acoustic guitar. I can do it. I'll find a way. I'll just strum
You'll
power
just
chords.
your guitar.
I'll just smash the guitar on my computer. That oh god, somebody's gonna gift that now. Jeez.
There should be a Ray Curry reward. Smash the guitar.
Smash guitar. No! I'm not. Dude, that guitar is worth more than any amount I've made with this stream. Let's not.
How long you had it?
I've had it for like 6-7 years now. Like, I got it for like my 15th to 16th birthday. Something like that. Dude, that's a while ago. Holy moly. I feel old now, dude. What the fuck?
I feel old when I think about our mod days, dude.
Jeez, the good old mod days. So, let's segue that into the good old mod days. Speaking about the past and the good old times when we once thought that we could potentially get a team for Smite. So for those of you who don't know, me and Vince, we used to mod for a good old chap, Smite streamer / now YouTuber, and he was a YouTuber before in the first place, but he only pretty much does YouTube now, called Duke Sloth. Good lad. Love him to bits. And that's where we first met. We were mods for him. We used to just hang out in his chat. And during our time, we attempted to be good at the game called Smite, and we saved to varying degrees, somewhat kind of not really succeeded. Sure, we made a team called Team Eyes with 3 S's. And you know, some good times happened on that.
We won a amateur tournament.
We did win an amateur tournament.
And we were by far the best one, the best team in that one.
Yes,
Which
but
is
like
weird because we lost all the other times.
everything else legitimately got destroyed for everything else afterwards.
I guess we played against
peaked.
rather good people before. And
Yeah,
we just played against the monkeys in that tournament.
the monkeys. And I'd like to clarify, when we mean monkeys, we don't mean it in a racist term. We mean quite literally. I'm pretty sure there was genuinely a team called the Monkeys at one point that we played against. And also it was just, you know, the classic allied thing of, you know, they're just unga bunga. So we might as well call them that, right? It's great.
Dude, like, I don't... The weird thing is, like, when I think about like all of those games when I played as like ADC, I don't even remember anything outside of the laning stage. Because I feel like ADC at that point really was just a 1v1 lane.
Yes.
And that's it. And that was the meta.
That was the meta.
Yeah.
Dude.
This was before, I think it was before Thorns really was a thing.
Yeah.
So super fucking strong.
And then they made Thorns a thing. And then it became ADC and solo were the best roles in the game.
Yeah, we
solo counted ADC.
We still played a bit when we were on the new map.
Yeah.
Quit after.
Yeah, because they released the new map. It was a weird situation where ADC became really bad. Solo became very mediocre as well, because neither of them felt like they really got that farm like they wanted for ages. and then it was just like mage and jungle just ruined everyone. Which
It was so strong. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was.
Especially in the PTS.
Oh yeah.
Like Soul came to your lane at 7 minutes and one shot you with her 2.
Yeah.
You can't, like, how do you even dodge that?
It's just entire lane, you're dead. Dude, that was something else, dude. And I just
I specifically remember from like that we played that map because of a certain moment that happened.
Yeah.
Which I know for sure was on that map
with
our man
GFNZK, legend, the legend himself.
Because Rach, you want to explain this because I feel like this hurts.
Yeah.
This hurts for me, Rach.
Was this the Saket moment?
Yes, this was the.
Of course, it's the Saket moment. Okay, so if I remember correctly, we were at the Gold Fury. A couple of us had died. So me, who was I think the solo at that point, or the support, I think one of the two.
No, GF was support.
GF was support, and then was I doing like some dumb jungle shit? I don't remember.
I don't remember why GF was playing Saket support, but I
don't really know. I think he just wanted to try something. Oh, I remember because so I wasn't even playing then. It was Disco as the jungle. And GF had taken my place as support for a bit. And we were at the Gold Fury. A couple of us had already died, and then we were trying to do they were trying to do the Gold Fury. And then somebody was like trying to kill Vince. Vince was like legitimately 1 health. And the guy was like half health, but like I was at the point in the game where Vince he wouldn't kill with like a couple autos still, even with a couple of abilities from the Saket, right? And GF Saket ults, and what Saket ult does, stuns someone, and then afterwards you throw them a short range, okay? And after they're thrown, they can do stuff again, right?
Yeah.
And it has a poison on it that does damage, but that's kind of irrelevant because GF stuns the person and throws them at the exactly 1 health Vince, and then Vince gets bulked once and dies.
Dude, I remember this being like, why the fuck did you throw that? And he was like, no, I had to. And then like 5 seconds of realization from GF came in and was like, oh.
And I'm pretty sure you guys like just got absolutely destroyed for the rest of the game.
I have no idea what even happened in that game.
Oh man,
I don't know. He just didn't realize I was on 10 HP.
Yeah, I don't think he did. So I think he thought you were on high HP, but that's kind of funny. But yeah, speaking of competitive games, so now that we've got to that point in our lives where we're like, getting to the boomer hands level, the boomer hands. It's kind of interesting that like I still vaguely play Smite every once in a while. I still have coached a couple of teams along the way who I don't know. They're not bad teams. They're definitely not. But it's one of those situations where it's very difficult to keep a team together at this point in time because everybody thinks that the teams just should instantly be better than they are, and not that like you need to spend time playing together to get good. So as soon as they face one loss, they go, I must disband this team and get a new player. Which is a shame.
Yeah, it's kind of like, dude, Smite frozen is kind of weird, man.
Yeah, it kind of is.
So often.
They really do. But at the same time, the actual pro teams are like, basically, you can't actually have any new blood, really, there. Because it's all in America. And it's kind of very difficult for people to move over. Like, there was Genetics who he was on, I've forgotten the team now. I think it was, I don't remember who. I don't want to say the wrong team. So he was on a team for a little bit, but he couldn't move. And he was playing on NA ping the entire time. So he's EU, right? And so obviously he wasn't performing as well as he probably could have. So they kicked him. And he's now on an SML team, which, to be honest, probably has a better chance of getting somewhere with that SML team. But it's very, very rough as a European player where you're basically being told, unless you have the money and the stability to move to another country, get a visa to move to that country, and then play with these people who you basically never really like unless you're like really built into the scene, you probably got no chance of staying with, right?
Yeah,
That's very difficult.
it's just like it's also just like emotionally very taxing for you because you have to go to these people that you probably don't really know on a personal level until you enter that team.
Yeah.
And you have to just kind of start living with them, and like also for them, they usually don't invite people they don't already know really well, so it's kind of weird.
But they definitely wouldn't. And on top of that,
I think something that's also just like very shitty is just like knowing that you can just get kicked and sent back to Europe.
Yeah, like that's very rough. But it also means that there are definitely there are probably teams. By probably, I mean definitely there are teams in like who are already in SPL in America who are just worse than some of the European teams we have currently. But the European teams can't be in the SPL because they can't move to America.
Yeah,
because the scene in here is just dead.
I remember like Pretty Prime when he was like in his prime.
Yeah.
He was like one of the best mid laners, and maybe even the best. And he just couldn't move to the US because he had a kid here, and like it's not really a very like a financially safe decision to go there.
Yeah. It's very rough, and like I mean, it's not just Smite that has the case. Like with Dota, it's not quite the same. With Dota, it's obviously just most teams aren't like even the good teams like Mud Golems are just not getting sponsorships, and it's kind of rough because they don't really get paid enough to make it a full-time job. Then, really, potentially,
especially because of the whole pandemic situation.
Oh yeah,
now, but it's definitely it's basically just the top tier teams that get paid a lot.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of just very shit for a lot of people. But I mean, now they're trying to make like efforts to make like a more like sort of a league, so they can actually start paying these people.
Yeah. And on top of all of that, you've got like with Smite, you've got Worlds. Like, well, I don't even know what it's called anymore. Hi-Res Expo, some other shit. They've changed it so it's on LAN. It's not LAN anymore for this one. It's going to be online, I'm pretty sure. And then you've got TI for Dota, where because of just the pandemic, it's just all the pandemic's fault for this specifically. Yeah. Just because of the pandemic, you can't have these events taking place right now. And they're being delayed. And with Smite, they just decided, rather than delay it more, they just made it online, which is just shitty. Because you're going to get situations where it's just going to be a difficult... Like, there are definitely teams who play better on LAN, right?
Yeah. It's not very hype to watch people in their own room.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do like when they just show like the player camps as well, right? And sometimes
for sure.
It don't work, and it's kind of not a great situation.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's not the worst. Like, obviously, watching some of the, ESL games where there was in in Dota, where OG was playing and they had some of the OG cams. So that was still funny. That was still good to watch, but it doesn't feel the same as seeing them all sitting in that box on the main stage together. You see them all cheer together when it's all done, right? Or even just throwing it back to with Smite, the moment at the end of one of the worlds where Adapting just goes Super Saiyan as he wins. You're not going to see something like that. It's not going to be the same.
Yeah,
and it's a shame.
It's also, you kind of have to keep in mind that a lot of the entry requirements into these scenes is very high.
Oh yeah,
especially with Dota, and I guess most of them have the same kind of thing. But it just takes a lot of time before you're even considered to get into a good team.
Yeah.
And when you start, it's not gonna be rewarding until you actually make it to these major tournaments, and it takes very long. It's only a very small percentage of people that actually
do it. I think legitimately the only person where I can be somebody hardcore following their dreams and just going for it, and like made a massive change in the scene. And the only person I can think of is Topson. Like everybody else has been there for fucking ages, legitimately, or they've been around almost there for a really long time. And even on top of that, there are some players like I'm pretty sure Sumail doesn't even have a team right now, and he's insane. Like he is an insane player. But like, I guess that it's just if he doesn't work on a team, it's not the same, right?
Yeah, I think with Topson, yeah, I think I've talked about this sometimes, but like I think with Topson also, it did kind of show that a lot of this is just a lot of personal connections rather than no, you don't have like a normal way to get into a team. It's kind of you just have to like know some people, and then you have to like play well and know other people.
Yeah,
and like so esports are like very different in like normal sports in that regard. They're just like way less organized a lot of the times.
Yeah,
even though you see like these huge tournaments, like behind, like getting to those tournaments is very weird. It's very hard for people.
For sure. And it's very weird because obviously in normal sports you also have this whole like the whole business of you can buy and sell players between teams, and that's completely normal and usual, right? But in esports that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, and you don't have because a lot of the power in like normal sports is just on the organization and stuff, and that can be both bad, but it like for new prospects coming up, it's probably better because at least then they have a chance to just like get onto a team because they get scouted, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
now they just kind of have to hope that one of the top players takes interest in them, which is kind of hard.
I mean, if you were to try and get onto like a very good team in in like for like Dota or Smite, I think your best bet would genuinely to be grind your way up in ranked, I guess, to a certain point, and then get yourself on a team. It doesn't matter what team. And once you're doing that, you need to just be, scrimming actual people, talking to people, playing with people all the time, showing, like, playing ranked, showing you're a good player, showing you can work as a team, and just be someone who people would like to play with.
Yeah, definitely. Right? Also, like for Topson, streaming did help, like getting him like a bit more known. So I think streaming can also just definitely help with just getting some recognition for who you are.
For sure.
You kind of have to. It's just very shitty because a lot of like gamers don't really have this kind of like personal marketing experience.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, when it comes down to it, a stream is effectively just like you showing people what you're like when you're playing, right? And if I was, for example, someone trying to scout for a new player, like for a team, right? I would watch your stream and see like a lot of small things, right? How easily do you get tilted at the game? How good is your communication with people? How fun do you seem to play with other people? How well do you work with others? Do you fit the role that I'm looking for, right? Like, are you like specifically playing that role, or would you be able to play that role in the first place? What kind of characters do you play? Does that work well with the characters that the other people play? And then, just gotta. Then once it gets to that point, then you will go, yeah, sure, you invite that person, right?
Yeah, like it does kind of sometimes show like worse qualities for you because like a lot of people just don't play that well on stream especially if they have to like talk during it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I guess it's still better than just nobody really knowing who you are.
Yeah. I would also argue, even if you're not playing like super duper well, and by that I mean like I know you could play better, but you're talking about it and you're maybe like explaining stuff you do, and when you explain the stuff, it seems like you know your shit. But I would be more interested in you than maybe someone who just doesn't talk at all when they're playing, and just plays the game but plays slightly better, right?
Yeah, because it's kind of because there's definitely players that don't talk a lot, but the thing is, those players have been around for a while.
Yeah,
it is kind of in a lot of these esports, it is kind of like once the game starts, then you have a lot of freedom to try and create your team and stuff. and then it's just kind of this close group, and you have to try and make your way into this like little community of pro players.
Yeah. And
So
there is definitely a lot of gatekeeping in most pro communities. It's just how the way it goes, right?
Yeah, it's fine to like not talk a lot if you were part of those first few people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely hard to do that now to get into the scene.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think that brings us to about an hour. So, is there any final closing comments you'd like to say, Vince? Anything else?
Yeah, I'll easily be number 1 Immortal in a week. So yeah,
For sure. So I'm probably, likely, who knows, might stream during this next week. But we will be back here next Sunday, same time, same place for That's the Name podcast version. We don't know yet because we'll come up with a name along the way some point. But you know what? Just want to say thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed, the classic outro. Love you guys. Catch you guys next week. Wow. I can't fucking find the right things, everybody.